Hey Shark fans, it's Melinda Marsalis. Welcome to Heard It on the Shark. I'll be your show host, and Mississippi Hills National Heritage Area is your show sponsor. Heard It on the Shark is a weekly interview show that airs every Tuesday at 11 a.m. on the Shark 102.3 FM radio station based in Ripley, Mississippi. Then it's released as a podcast on all the major podcast platforms. You'll hear interviews with the movers and shakers in North Mississippi who are making things happen. I'll talk to entrepreneurs, leaders of business, medicine, education, and the people behind all the amazing things happening in North Mississippi. When people ask you, how did you know about that? You'll say, I heard it on the Shark. Heard It on the Shark is brought to you by the Mississippi Hills National Heritage Area. We want you to get out and discover the historic, cultural, natural, scenic, and recreational treasures of the Mississippi Hills that are right in your backyard. And of course, we want you to take the Shark 102.3 FM along for the ride. Musical credit belongs to Hill Country Blues guitar legend Gary Burnside and the late great Buddy Grisham, playing Long Way Home from their album Acoustic Brothers, which was recorded at Sun Bear Studio in Ripley, Mississippi.
This program was recorded at Sun Bear Studio in Ripley, Mississippi.
Hey Shark fans, it's Melinda with another episode of Heard It on the Shark, and today in Sun Bear Studio I have my two favorite political friends, Mr. Randle Hall, who is the election commissioner for the 1st District in Tippah County, and Mr. Phil Koon, who is the circuit clerk of Tippah County. Guys, thanks for coming back.
Glad to be here.
Glad to be here. Good to see you.
Now, Shark fans, what y'all don't know is that behind the scenes, there's a lot of carrying on and silliness that happens before and after the interview, but we just keep all the serious stuff for you guys. So I appreciate you guys getting serious and talking politics with me today.
Thank you.
Sounds good.
All right, so we have an election that is about to happen in Tippah County, and that is not exactly normal or on schedule, is it?
No, it's a special election for the replacement of Greg Harrell that passed away, who was the 2nd District Supervisor. And it's a special election to fill his seat for the remainder of the term.
Okay, that was going to be my first question. So this is not for a full term, it's just the remainder of his term.
Yes.
Okay, and then they'll have to run just like anybody else next time regular election time comes up.
Regular county election.
Okay, Phil, what should we know about where you're going to vote, who's going to vote, that sort of thing?
Okay, the two precincts that will be involved in the election will be Faulkner Town Hall and North Ripley.
There's two different ones, one in North Tippah, like part of the county, and one in South Tippah, part of the county. I think in terms of school districts, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's two precincts that are open, and the voting is normal, 7A to 7P?
It is.
Okay, and how do you know if the people running, or if 2nd District is your supervisor, if you don't just already know?
Just call the circuit clerk's office at 837-7370, and we'll be glad to do a voter search on you and, let you know where you're voting and if you are voting for 2nd District Supervisor.
Okay, and normally every year there is a school board position. Is that on the ballot as well?
There'll be no school board election because we just had one candidate in the north and one candidate in the south. So we got to dispense of that general election, in other words.
Okay, you didn't have to run at all.
No,
Okay.
you didn't have to. And getting back to knowing if you are voting for 2nd District Supervisor, good possibility you surely are if you vote at Faulkner Town Hall, because that is 2nd District Supervisor, and North Ripley.
Okay.
If you vote at North Ripley and Faulkner Town Hall,
That's your supervisor.
That's your supervisor's race.
And one other way that you can know where your precinct is, everyone should have a voter registration card, and it has listed on there what district that you vote in.
All right, good. And so speaking of that, should you bring that card to vote?
You can, but we don't use that as a identification. It has to be a picture ID, and there's various forms of photo IDs like passports, stuff like that can be used as an acceptable form of identification. But just the voter registration card unless it's a Mississippi voter ID card, which you can get that at the circuit clerk for the older people or something that don't drive anymore and don't have a driver's license. They can go by the circuit clerk and they can help them get a Mississippi permanent voter ID.
Okay. And I know that there are several people running for this position, so do you expect big voter turnout this time?
I'm going to say this is going to be a pretty good sized turnout with the number of people and the number of families that are connected, in these areas that are running for this position. So normally on a school board election, we have a very low turnout. But this is going to draw people in because of this district, second district supervisor, because it goes from out at Gravestown, takes in Lake Chautauqua, all the way back into Ripley, and goes north to Faulkner. It takes in a pretty good size area in the second district.
And there are 6 people on the ballot.
Yes.
6? Okay. And so how would you feel win outright on Election Day, which, by the way, is November 4th? How would you win outright?
Well, by this election, you'd have to get over 50% of the vote, and highly unlikely one will win it in the first by it being spread out like it is. But, anything's possible. You don't never know.
Okay, and if nobody does get 50% plus 1 vote, then do you do a runoff?
We'll do a runoff with the top 2 vote getters.
It'll be 4 weeks after the number
Be December the 2nd.
It'll be December the 2nd. We've already planned for that.
Okay.
Because it's most likely going to happen.
4 weeks from now, and the top 2 vote getters. Let me be devil's advocate and say, what if the second and third vote getters are tied? Is it 3?
It's just the top 2 vote getters. Now,
but what if number 1 guy gets 50 votes and number 2 and 3 get 49 votes? Would it have to be all 3 of them?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I love to play what if. I'm sorry.
Now I know when other ties have took place in some of the city municipal elections and school board, we've had multiple ties, 3-way ties, and it's always funny that Randy used to tell this story. There's about half a dozen different ways that you can break the tie, and that's drawing straws, flipping a coin.
Okay, Randle. Now, I have just recently moved to Benton County, and you guys helped me get my new voter registration card for Benton County so I can vote over there. But I noticed that everybody's getting cards and stuff, and what are y'all doing?
Well, the statewide election management system sent down DPS, Department of Public Safety, and Social Security, and all this come together into one conglomerate, and we have multiple addresses on people. So we've sent out a confirmation card to the address that's in SIMS, which is State Election Management System. So we send out a confirmation card, and on the back of that confirmation card, it has a little spot there that you fill your address, your phone number, your driver's license number, social security number, and you mail that back in. And if it's the same as what we have in the system, you're good to go. But if something has changed, that gives us an opportunity to update it.
So if it's the same, do you need to send it in anyway?
It's nice to, because we'll know for sure that address is a good address. And by the way, it helps when jury summons and stuff sent out. It's being sent to the right address, because if it's returned, then state law says we have to make them inactive. So when they go to vote, they can't poll to vote. They can't vote unless they vote an affidavit ballot.
So who are these letters, these change address letters coming from, like the circuit clerk's office? Is that how people will know it's from y'all?
It comes through the election commission office.
Okay.
And once we get a batch, we send them out. It goes in an envelope with a postage envelope to send it back. It don't cost you anything, just the time to fill it out and send it in.
Is this true across the state?
Yes.
Okay, so like our Shark fans listening are all across Northeast Mississippi. So outside of Tippah County, same as anywhere. If you get that letter, just put your stuff on there, changed or not, send it back in. That way you're sure you're right.
We had to go through and verify over 14,700 addresses. That's the number of registered voters in the county. And so we have to send out. Now, some that were on that list, if they voted in November, their address is still the same, nothing like that, then we didn't do anything. But those that didn't, couldn't verify it,
Okay.
Then that's the one that got a confirmation card.
Okay, I gotcha. All right. Well, guys, I hope that November 4th is easy peasy, that everything goes real smooth. Y'all handle it real well. I'm real proud to work with you on all the elections. It's a lot of fun. We'll be doing election returns, so I'm excited about that.
And it shouldn't take long this time.
Right, that's right. It should not, just two different things.
Two precincts,
Yep.
2 downloads, and we'll be out of there within at least an hour and a half.
Okay. All right. I'll hold you to that. Okay. Thank you, Phil, for coming. Thank you, Randle, for coming. You guys get out there and vote. Of course, we're saying that from Tippah County. If you are in another county listening to this, you need to go check what your ballot is going to be, if anything, because we're on an off year.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true.
So that could be that you don't have anything on a ballot.
That's right. Yeah, a lot of counties won't have an election.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't be having one if it wasn't for this special
If it weren't
election.
for this. Okay, so but everybody needs to go check and see what their own ballot is for November 4th, if anything at all.
And I'm glad you're encouraging people to go vote, because the turnout in 2023, when I ran for office, I think we had 2 supervisors. I think the 3rd district and the 2nd district had a runoff. But I got a report the other day from the 2nd district. It was a low turnout that year. If you have 41%, that's a big turnout for Tippah County. And that's pitiful. That's 60% of the people not voting. And you asked a while ago if we thought it was going to be a big turnout. A lot of people's running, so that's going to help. But
it is hard to get people to get out and vote and believe that their vote counts. But, man, it really does.
Yep.
Yeah, so get out there and let your voice be heard and vote on November 4th. It is your right. Okay, Phil, Randle, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Shark fans, that's it for this edition of Heard It on the Shark. You can tune in every Tuesday at 11 a.m. to find out what's going on from other local community leaders like Phil and Randle. If you have a question, comment, or suggestion for an interview, or if you want access to this interview, go to our website, shark1023.com, and click on the podcast tab. Keep it tuned to the Shark 1023 and have a great rest of the day.
The Mississippi Hills National Heritage Area was established by the United States Congress in 2009 and represents a distinctive cultural landscape shaped by the dynamic intersection of Appalachian and Delta cultures. This intersection has produced a powerful concentration of nationally significant cultural icons, including King of Rock and Roll Elvis Presley, First Lady of Country Music Tammy Wynette, blues legend Howlin' Wolf, civil rights icons Ida B. Wells Barnett and James Meredith, America's favorite playwright Tennessee Williams, and Nobel laureate William Faulkner. The stories of the Mississippi Hills are many and powerful, from music and literature to Native American and African American heritage to the Civil War. The Mississippi Hills National Heritage Area supports the local institutions that preserve and share Northeast Mississippi's rich heritage. Begin your discovery of the historic, cultural, natural, scenic, and recreational treasures of our region by visiting the Mississippi Hills National Heritage Area online at mississippiHills.org.